Coming up today on Doug's Electronic Repair Bench, we have a look at the Heathkit IG-18, and that's coming right up. Stay tuned. Well, afternoon YouTube, here with you on this Friday. I got this in the, I started to say the mail, but it actually came FedEx today. Had to leave a signature form on the door so they would leave it without me signing for it, because I didn't know where I was going to be at. And they did leave it. So here it is. So I want to take a closer look at it, if we can, and see exactly. Now here's the part that I was talking about that is missing. You can see here clearly there's a, this is the black one, so I'm assuming this would be a red one. Here it's missing. Now the rest of it doesn't look too bad. It's you know, as far as the faceplate is concerned, there's some scratching of the numbers here and stuff, but other than that, that's not in too bad a shape. A couple of the knobs are a little bit loose. This one's pretty loose. I think they're missing the little, there's a metal clip that goes down there, I think that's what's missing. So this one's loose too, but it's not as loose as that one. In fact, it won't even come off. Anyway, this one needs to be adjusted too. It's not adjusted properly. The top of this is in pretty sad shape. It needs a paint job for sure. Somebody painted this dark color. It was originally lighter brown, kind of like the VTVM I'm working on, and so that's what that looks like. Now the meter face is probably one of the better things of it. There we go. It looks like it's in really nice shape and not scratched or anything like that, so I think that will be fine. Couple of the knobs seem to be a little bit, this one I hadn't noticed it before, but it's in kind of a rough shape right there. That's not a deal breaker, if you know what I mean. It's just some character, I guess. Let's take a look at the end if I can. These ends they're both the same. They have these I guess they're carrying straps you pull out and hold like that, I'm guessing. They're on both ends, but like I said, this color is so off, it's pathetic. We'll swing it on around here, look at the back side. Now here's the that, of course, that's the opposite of the front, so it's going to be the correct color. Cord looks like it's in fairly good shape, and so that's what I'm seeing there. Now on the bottom side, I have a couple of things to look at. Notice that there are no feet on this end. There are, however, feet on this end. These are pretty easy to obtain on eBay, so I'll just get a new set of those. And I think you can see they didn't bother to remove them when they painted. They must have just taped them up or whatever. That's the original color. That's pretty much like the front and back, actually. I do believe. Yeah, see, that's pretty much the same as that. Now I think if I paint this, which I want to do, I probably will go with the darker brown like the VTVM. And I probably won't use the wrinkle paint, but like I said, I think I'll just use the darker I think the darker brown looks good with the lighter brown faceplate, and so I think that's what we'll do. And while I'm at it, I might go ahead and take the top off, and we'll take a look on the inside. So hang with me, or hang on here a little bit, and I'll bring you back for the unveiling. Alright, back with you again. That's what she looks like on the inside. Fairly nice and clean. Looks pretty good. There's a not sure what those are. Look like maybe capacitors. Maybe somebody's changed some capacitors in here, it looks like. Not really sure. Let's take a look at the other circuit board here. There's that's looking pretty good. I'm sure the electrolytics need to be this one. In fact, it looks like it's bulging a little bit right here. You can feel a dome shape on the top. This one's perfectly flat, and both of these are dome shaped. So that's a good indication you need to be changed. The rest of it doesn't look too bad. Of course, it's got the old carbon comp resistors in it, so some of them may be bad. There's the lamp for the oscillator, I'm sure, and that's decent. Don't know that it works, but it looks decent. Now again, all these, I'm assuming these are capacitors, these black things. I mean, all the rest of these are capacitors, so I'm sure these are all capacitors too. So weird looking setup, but yeah, whatever. I don't think maybe it might be a good idea to take the bottom off as well and take a look down there. So join me back here in just a minute. Alright, what we've got here is the bottom. There's the circuit board. There's the transformer. I'm stating the obvious, I know, but hey, you know. The other circuit board bottom is right there, and there's the fuse. And let's turn around and look at the front here. And there's a fairly new capacitor, it looks like. The switches are all intact, looks like. Now that one's a little loose there. There's a wire maybe a little too close to the... I kind of like the way this looks on the inside. It's nice and clean. I'm surprised given what the outside looks like. It's, you know, so I was trying to see how these ends attach. I think they use these well, let's see. I don't know if I can get this over far enough to get a good view of it. There we go. These large screws here, I think, come out, and there are smaller screws underneath there that hold this whole thing together. I think this is one big, it's a metal bar, obviously, and this is kind of a, these screws here basically holds these handles on, and that's about all they do. So there's screws going into the cabinet on each side of the cabinet, I should say. So I don't think I'm going to take those off. Those look like in pretty good shape, so I think those will be fine. I think the cord looks like it's in pretty good shape. So basically the only thing I'll probably do is with this is repaint this top and bottom, and yeah, it's the bottom, it's really scratchy, and put some new feet on. Well, I'll use that type of feet. I like those. Get 4 of those, and I may try to find even more of those because I like to use those a lot. This, it looks like it's pretty good shape as far as the bowed or whatever. The top piece looked like it might have been bowed a little bit, or maybe it was just my imagination. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is my imagination. Yeah, I can't tell. You can see there that doesn't look exactly square on that side. It looks like it needs to go in. So anywho, that will be easy to sand and paint, I think. Find some decent paint for it. Now on the electronics of it, I think what I'll do probably is test it and go from there and see what it needs. And the ad stated that it worked, but not perfectly, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'll try to go through it and troubleshoot out the parts that are bad. And it could be some of these resistors have changed values. The old carbon copies, well, especially the ones Heathkit used, seem to do that a lot. Check all the switches, clean what switches I can, and tighten, obviously, the ones that are loose. And like I said, I've got these. You saw what I told you the other day. I've got these coming for replacement of these. I don't know if I'll replace both of them, but at least that one. And and like I said, this knob here needs to be worked on as far as getting something done with that, so it's tighter in there. I'd like to take another one off, and there, this one's coming off now. Yeah, I can't tell if there's any spring in that one either. That may be the problem with these two here, because both of them are a little loose. That one's much tighter. In fact, it doesn't even want to come off. So you can get a little bit of leverage under here. There it goes. Now we'll see if there's a. I don't see any metal in that one either. Maybe there is. I can't hardly see that good, but anyway, whatever the case, may have to find some better knobs or something somewhere. That one's just so much tighter. So may switch them around some way to where I can use them a little different. Anyway, like I said, this is let me take this off and I'll show you again. Now you can see this is all the way down and this one's all the way down, but you see, I'm not showing you what I'm looking at, am I? You see the angle that this one is at. This one's at a completely different angle, and they're both the same knob, so obviously in order to be pointing at 0, this one's going to have to be adjusted because it's pointing at 1. So that's what we'll be doing there. Nothing that has to be done for testing purposes. Not really sure when I'll get around to testing this. I just basically want to take a look at it and see. I'm happy that like basically I don't have to really take it too much more apart. Just seen some spots on this meter face that I didn't see before, so it's not as good as I thought it was. I don't know if it's a blob of something, and maybe it'll come off. I don't know. I don't want to scratch on it too much. Maybe I'll put a little cleaner on it and see if it'll lift that off. So we'll see what that is, and I think that's probably Bob on the text. And see what he's up to. Nope, it was Walmart. So anyway, alright, gonna wrap this up, I think, and just wanted to bring you guys along to show you what was going on with this, and see that it's a fairly decent. I see some bad solder joints, so that'll be all touched up like it needs to be. So overall, I think it's a pretty good shape for 25 bucks. I think it's not a bad buy. Like I said, I will be replacing the electrolytics for sure. Every one of those will be replaced, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you coming along for the ride, and we will see you. I wonder if I do it this way. See you.